We're gonna chant his name, and then we'll welcome in like really loud. All right, here we go. Tai, Tai, Tai.
You guys get a good break. I saw everybody filing out. I thought it was because they knew I was on stage next. Everybody left. Glad you guys came back. So Cole told me you've been getting a lot of motivational stuff, so I'm not supposed to motivate you, and I'm supposed to do tactical stuff. That's good. That's fine. You gotta have two things to make money, like 50-50. You gotta have your mind right, mindset, but then you have to actually know what you're doing. And some people have mindset, but they don't know what they're doing, so they just like a chicken with their head cut off. A lot of activity. I call it flurries of activity. It's just like, wow, they're like a whirlwind tornado, but at the end of the day, there's nothing in the bank account to show. Anybody ever done that before?
Yeah.
Work hard. I always say, if you study the actual science, if you want to, who here likes hardcore statistics and science? No fluff. Who here likes fluff? Somebody does, I know. So there's 4 things that scientists can identify pretty young in children, and you can predict life outcome. Write this down. A little thing to read about is called the marshmallow experiment with kids.
Right.
They followed a set of kids from, I think, about age 7 to age 40, and they looked whether they could predict at age 7 how successful a kid would be, and they found some things. But I'll tell you some stuff that the marshmallow study didn't find, and that is there's this thing called conscientiousness. I'll draw this up here. I'll just call it the C factor, conscientiousness, and it's made up of 4 things. This is from something called hexacone, which is generally considered the most scientific personality test, if you want to take one. More than the Myers-Briggs, Strength Finder, Cole, all those other ones. This one's, like if you go to a Harvard professor, they'll be like, yes. If you bring up your Myers-Briggs score, they'll be like, it's BS. Or it's not very accurate. And hexaco, conscientious, the C factor, you have organization, perfectionism, diligence, and then the last one, you have to have the last one, by the way, because this is what I was saying about getting yourself in trouble. Prudence. I'm not going to talk on these long because this isn't that tactical, but I wanted to explain this first. Organization's easy to understand. Do you have a good daily routine? You're not going to make any money if you have the world's worst daily routine. And I know people like that. I'll give you an example. There was someone who used to work for me named Nikki. It's a true story. I did not change her name to protect her. It went in my 67 steps, her full name, and she's like, Tai, people will find me and go, oh, you're the one he was talking about that didn't have a good daily routine. So she worked for me when I owned an investment company in North Carolina. Anyone from North Carolina? All right. I lived there I played basketball there for their high school. That was about it. Right now you're getting hit by 20 inches of rain or something. Nikki, I said, in the morning, she was my assistant. I said, there's 2 things you have to do today. One, we're running out of pens for the office. We need a new supply of pens. So, yeah, pens. The second thing was I said, I have a client who has a $250,000 check for me. I need you to go pick it up. And that was like 9 in the morning, I told her that. I was busy throughout the day. 3 p.m. comes. I just popped in Nikki's office. I'm like, how's stuff coming? She's like, guess what I got? The pens. And I'm going, okay. She was all proud and excited. And I go, what about the check? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call the guy, because she was supposed to pick it up from his work. I'm gonna call the guy and see if he'll answer. answer, and I'll try to swing by between 4:30 and 5. If not, I'll get it tomorrow. And it just stuck in my head, like, you have the worst organizational skills on planet Earth, because if it would have been her $250,000, who here would go pick up a $250,000 check? It was one of the big, it was a long time ago. It was one of the biggest checks I ever got. I should have just got it myself, but I had something else. So she had no organization skills. Some of you are like Nikki Curry. You're spending 7 hours on stupid stuff. Oh, that's her full name, Nikki. Sorry, Nikki. She's already been called out. She can take it. She's a Gemini. She's crazy, so she can handle it. So you got that one. If you get that one, you only have 25% of the equation. You can be organized. Perfectionism means, do you double check your work? I saw that a bridge collapsed. I forget where it was, somewhere in the world. Italy. Yeah, that one was because the bridge was old. There was another one that fell, and right away I was just like, they hired some junior intern engineer who was on Tinder that morning, and they're like, hey, can you check out the stress load on these bridge, how much concrete we need? He's like, sure. He's like Tinder swiping, talking to some chick. Yeah, we need 200,000 pounds of whatever. And he didn't double check his work, and the thing fell. And a lot of you, you're organized, you maybe got diligence and prudence, but if you don't double check stuff, you will have a disaster on your hands. A good book to write down. Who here has read Sam Walton's book called Made in America? How he became the richest man in the world. He's dead, and his family, his heirs are still like the richest people in the world. He made about $160 billion. That's more than Jeff Bezos. And in the back, he has his 10 commandments. And the 10 commandments are look over the shoulder of people. So when you assign stuff to your assistant, I always assume they did it wrong. 100% of the time. I try to be a perfectionist. Then diligence. This is the one that's AKA hard work. And you hear everybody just like talking about hard work, but a scientist will tell you it's 25% of the equation, because the hardest working people in the world are construction workers, busboys, waitresses, single moms working 3 jobs. None of them are really getting ahead financially because they just have hard work. In India, I was in India once, some of the poorest parts of the world. There's this whole subset of like caste of people. They work 14 hours a day picking out plastic to recycle barefoot on these huge landfills, dumps. And they make on average about $10 to $15 a month. Okay, that's hard work. Go stand out in the heat and pick up stuff, trash, 14 hours a day. So hard work is only 25%. Don't forget that. No matter what motivational speaker tells you to just work hard and grind, just be like, give me the whole formula. You're only giving me a little part. And so this is the whole formula. This is the hardest one right here. Prudence is, you got 2 doors in front of you. You got 2 people to date or marry. You got 2 people to become business partners with, 2 people to hire. We all know that one person. That if there's the perfect person to date, and there's the psychopath, you're just like, I'm gonna take the door on the right. You're like, the door on the right has the psychopath. We're like, yeah, but I just feel this attraction. We all know the person's like, there's 20 people that come in business partners with, but they pick the person that, you know, has been bankrupt 18 times, has no money in their bank. Yeah, that's gonna be I'm just gonna go with that. So prudence is like wisdom. You gotta be wise. That's the short answer. And so just remember, you can have all 3, and nobody talks about that last one. You got to be wise. And I promise you this, in the modern world, most people have their compass turned around backwards. Everything they're attracted to, they should be repelling out of their life. Everything they're repelling and pushing away are the best things in their life. So, all right, that's my high level thing. Now let's go to tactical. Okay. I was just saying that the tactical, the mental stuff, right, it is like here. So you got here. This is more, mental is like here and here. These 2 I consider more like action tactical. You have to do them. So let's do this. This is what we'll go to tactical when I talk about today. Because I've done this before, people like it a lot. Hopefully you guys will like it, hopefully add some value. I'm just gonna evaluate the 2 most important pieces of property you guys own. What's the 2 most important pieces? Who here invests in real estate?
Car in your house?
Okay.
Your phone in your house.
You can make some money from real estate. You can make a lot of money. Let's go on the Forbes list. Let's go to the very top. Who's on the top?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Richest person. Might as well emulate the top. If you're going to learn to play basketball and you had a choice between LeBron James, Michael Jordan, or your best friend who played varsity basketball, who are you going to get your tips from?
Varsity basketball.
LeBron and Michael, hopefully. All right, so let's go here. The top of the food chain in business. Who here is trying to make more money? I'm assuming that's why you're at this. And spread more money and give more money and live in abundance, all those things. Okay, Jeff Bezos. What's the most important piece of property he owns?
Amazon?
A website, am I right? And an app. Who's number 2 right now?
No.
Probably Bill Gates, I think, right now. Bill Gates, number 2. What's the most important piece of property he owns? Is it real estate?
Software.
It's a brand that's comprised of basically software that you access on the website. It all kind of boils down to the website. Most people now are using cloud versions of software. Okay, 3rd, Warren Buffett. He has 100 business, 100 streams of income. The best businessman alive by far is Warren Buffett. And I would go so far as to say he's the best businessman of all time. If you own 100, he did 200 billion in revenue last year. Sorry. Yeah, 200 billion. His companies were 400 billion. He doesn't do much. He says he only sits in his chair and reads 6 to 8 hours a day. He has 27 employees. He lives in the same house. He drives 2 miles. He eats breakfast at 8 in the morning. He drinks Coke because he's the largest shareholder of Coke in the world. The man's it's better to be Warren Buffett than Jeff Bezos, because Jeff Bezos, if the Amazon stock could change overnight. If Warren Buffett's net worth goes down, the world has ended. He owns largest shareholder in Bank of America, largest shareholder in Coca-Cola. He owns Amex. He owns Geico. He owns Gillette, Dairy Queen. He owns the largest railroads in America, shipping everything. He owns, I heard somebody saying, you're only rich when you have a private jet. He bought a fleet of jets called net jets, just so he could tax deduct his plane. So he has about 150 private jets that he owns. Maybe more, maybe 1,000.
Why?
Warren Buffett, most important thing, he owns the same house. It's worth about $2 to $4 million. It's not his most important piece of property. Most important piece of property everyone here owns is your website and your social media / brand. Okay, so I'm going to analyze right out of the crowd. I can't even see out right now. I put coconut oil in my hair before I came here, and coconut oil slowly gets all over some of my glasses, so you guys look like coconut oil to me. Somebody said, are you going to be nervous speaking? I'm like, no, I can't even see who I'm talking to, so there might only be 2 people out here. Who has a website for me to analyze? If you don't get your property, everybody like renovates their property. Like, oh, I heard if you have a deck on your house, all of a sudden it goes up $300,000 in value. Jeff Bezos fixed his website and got a $1 trillion company.
Jesus.
How's that? There's no deck you'll ever put on your house. There's no add-on. There's no piece of real estate you'll ever have that'll be worth $1 trillion. So let's get this property right, and then we'll switch to social media. Who has a website that's already making a little bit of money, but you know that it's holding you back? I might have to let someone else. Do we have a mic runner or anybody? Or you can just yell it out. Try to hear.
League of Extraordinary Influencers.
Extraordinary influencers?
League of Extraordinary Influencers.
Ooh. Okay, let's break this down. Can't hear you.
League.
Oh, League
Of
Extraordinary
Influencers.
Okay. Yeah, that's a slightly long one. Oh, I have no internet.
That's what she said.
That's your first problem. Your website has to be connected to internet. Do we have internet possibly?
Oh, man. No, I know.
What do we connect?
How about
Is there
this?
a company one?
No, it's the
I could use my phone.
Wi-Fi that's working.
Don't they have one for the room? No? gonna switch subjects for a second. Can somebody come up here and do this? Or I can do it, I have no problem. I'll turn on my hotspot.
Yeah! No, Tyler, no.
Zach Zach's a Leo, he needs a lot of attention, and he just said, I should have Snapchatted that. A lot of people clapping at me. Everybody, what do you guys think of Zach?
It's true.
Zach gets self-esteem only from clapping.
Is that what Daniel?
You got a thing to fix glasses? Here, just connect it to your phone. All right, while he's doing this, if you got, I'll talk on. Let me take a question. Anybody got a question for me? Usually you do questions at the end, but usually the internet works. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So when I make video ads, what cognitive biases? Who here has heard me talk about the 25 cognitive biases? There's actually more. I've come up with like 5 more since I started talking on that people forgot
30.
about. Probably okay, here's the thing about buying. To make money, you need a lot of paying customers. I'll show you this. So you got your ad, any kind of commercial, video, text, whatever it is. Here's the diagram of like paying customers. Average person, here's their eyeballs. 1 to 12,000 ads hit them by the time your ad hit them. That a long time ago, it was 1,000 per day. Billboards, banner ads, Google AdWords, YouTube pre-roll, Facebook stuff. We all see ads. Now you see so many ads. You know, I have a ranch that I go to now. I bought about 500 acres. I got a whole bunch of horses and stuff. And only when I go there for a long time and come back to this city do I realize how many ads you see.
Oh.
It's insane. It's the first thing I noticed. I got a farm in the middle of an Amish community. It's about as remote as you could get. I wanted to get as far away from people and still be in America. So I'm like, luckily it has a private airport 20 minutes from the farm. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
I can just go from LA and just like there, and all of a sudden I'm back in the 1800s. And then I come back to LA and I just go, this is only ads. Just driving down the freeway. Blah, 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 blah. You see at least 1 to 12,000 a day, every person here. Now, here's the problem. Here comes you with your idea and product. Here's your product. You're trying to make money with it. There's an instant dilution effect. You just go into the pool. This is why brands are actually most important now. Because the first thing you have, you have 2 choices. Shock and awe. Okay? Shock and awe hook. Or you can do trust. Trust is the best, but who here is just starting out with your brand? So you have no trust. It takes on average 1 to 7 years for people to trust you. Who here really trusts somebody they've only known for like 1 week or 1 month? Okay, so don't expect other people to trust you faster than you would trust them. So you got this shock and awe, is what you guys are gonna have to do. That's kind of like I heard my introduction before talking about, I'm bringing to the stage a man that I didn't like, but now I do, Tai. And people didn't like my first video campaigns because they were shock and awe. They got at least 1 billion views, depending on how you count views. And there's an element of shock and awe to that where people are like, what is this here in my garage? But it works. Google did a study, because I'm a Google reps, and they came down and said, we did a poll of people in America, men in America under 35, and 80% can match your name to your face of the United States. That's a shock and awe campaign. Now I don't have to do it anymore. Now some of my best running campaigns are just me walking and talking, because eventually you'll move over into trust. People trust. Even if everybody doesn't like you, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
True.
Right? So there's an element of trust, like, okay, I'll watch this video. So to answer your question, this is a long conversation, a lot of you are going to have to find shock and awe hooks. A good one, I'm going to show you guys a good shock and awe That's not mine, but I think it's just funny. Do we have sound here? We are about to find out, because it doesn't work without sound. Oh wait, this is the wrong, hold on. All right. Let me see if you... Okay, can we turn this super loud? This, you gotta hear this to believe it. It's slightly traumatic. So, what do they always say on the news? If you have small children or sensitive stomachs, do not watch the next part I'm about to do.
You would not believe the mother load I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it. Leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels.
Oh.
Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment. Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid mark's as tenacious as mine. But what can be done with that subtle scent of a 300-cow dairy farm? Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of Kevlar carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poopery. Poopery is the before you go toilet spray, which is proven to trap those embarrassing odors at the source and save relationships. Simply split poopery in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odors in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, you release poopery's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your poopery today at poopery.com. So whether you need a pinch of loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells or prairie dogging it are over. Poopery. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
What a brave woman.
Thank you for clapping for me. I had no part in this. But I've seen the newest statistics. They've sold, I think, 10 million of these bottles at 10 million. Who would like to have a $100 million revenue company? This commercial has 41 million views, 100,000 likes, 6.2 thousand dislikes. It's good. You want some dislikes. Don't ever make a commercial with no dislikes. So that's shock and awe, right? Even if you did not trust this brand, never heard of this brand, all of a sudden you're going, this jolted me out of all the other 12,000 ads that hit me today, because most ads suck. They're horrific. And that's the good news, because the second the world figures out how to everybody make good ads, it's not going to be a chance for small entrepreneurs, because big companies will be able to spend more, but they don't know how to do this. So there's a window of opportunity for everybody here to learn how to do this and actually make money. So that's my answer. Then I'm going to go back to this. If I had more time, you could spend 10 hours dissecting the art of getting people to trust your brand. Because everything you're doing with that poopery, if you go to their YouTube channel, I don't even like to say the name of the brand, but poopery, you go there, there's other commercials that they've had, and they're just increasing their reach, and more, and the people who are seeing these new commercials that maybe didn't see the first one, we can go here to videos. Let's see how many views they've got, roughly. Sort by most popular. So their most popular, I think, is that one I showed you at 41. 41 million, 16 million, 13, 12. So they have roughly 60, 70, 80, like 100 million views there. And in 100 million views is probably, depending on how you count it, at least a $50 million brand, I would say. Views translate, especially if they're the right demographic, they translate into your net worth in the modern world. Well, let's go over here. We've got League of Extraordinary Influencers.
Woo!
I'm going to have each of you. Okay, make sure you need to get your site to index. Because when somebody types in League of did you just launch this recently?
Yeah, like a week ago.
Oh, a week ago, okay.
But yeah, I didn't. I need. You're right. I didn't think about that.
An easy way to rank is by getting your social media. YouTube.
.com or .com?
Oh, oops, we got a little E here. This is a problem with too long of domain names. If you have long domain names, you want them to be simple words like I eat food a lot or something like that. Okay, so the good news is you have, I'm going to give everybody, I call this the Godfather rule. Who here has seen the movie The Godfather?
Yeah.
There's a scene in the first Godfather where his consigliere, his assistant, is trying to get a movie done. And this movie producer's like, I'm putting your guy in the movie. And he goes, I need to be taken to the airport right now. And the movie producer goes, why? You just got here. He goes, I work for a man who wants his bad news immediately. So each of you should be like that. Don't show people your stuff and go compliment me. Say, break me down. What am I doing wrong?
Heck yeah.
Only thick-skinned people make it in the world of entrepreneurialism. So
Lay it on me, bro.
discover how. Let's do the bad news first.
Uh-oh.
What's the bad news? Who has some ideas? Yes.
Okay.
The lead. You don't like the headline? Oh, there's no lead capture. He has it right here. So you should have it, your button's a little bit high. You should shrink the size of the video so that the lead capture is above the fold. The fold, everybody know what above the fold means?
Yep.
That means you have to scroll down. Now that's below the fold. Make sure you always check your websites on your phone before your laptop. Don't design for your phone. For your laptop. Write that down. Everything's switching to the phone. It's already, I see my site traffic is now about 55% mobile phone, 45, machine, desktop, iPad. And soon it'll be, I suspect it'll be at 80-20 in about 2 years. People that haven't gotten on the phone train, everybody, who here is under 25 and doesn't use a laptop very much? Who here doesn't use a laptop very much? Me. I can run a whole empire off. Well, if I find it right here.
Yeah.
That. Discover how wealth and freedom truly feel. Here's the thing. Since people don't know you, right? You're not a household name.
Yeah.
You don't have the brand appeal of Poopery yet. Is that going to shock and awe people?
No.
If you saw this headline, would you be like, holy crap! I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta discover. So it's too generic. Generic headlines are insanely bad. That's all I can tell you. It's better to put like, fuck you as your headline than this. Right, because if I saw a website and go there, it's like, immediately, I hate you, you should never buy my product. I'm like, I gotta see what this is. This guy I know in San Diego, he had a website, I don't know if it still exists, called The Rich Jerk. Man, that thing was catchy. His name was Kelly, before I knew this guy, I just remember being around the internet, and it was a video like this, and he's like, I'm better than you, I'm richer than you. He had a Lambo with girls in bikini. You're nothing. And I'm going to take one or two of you worms and show you how to make money. He became a multimillionaire from that website because it was shock and awe campaign. There's no shock and awe feel here. Join the #1 group. Don't also never say you're #1 if you're not, because you're subconsciously breeding distrust. I never really say you say a fact. I saw an ad recently for some product. And the guy said, Time magazine named me top 10 most innovative product in 2018. That is a brag that I listen to and I believe. All right, listen, now we gotta watch the video. I would change the thumbnail because the thumbnail is not shock and awe. It's also 44 seconds, which is way too short. Make long videos.
Yo, what is going on? So are you ready to 10x your business? Are you ready to 10x your life? Are you ready to 10x your brand? You guys, there are people all across the globe who are building personal brands.
Okay, so, it's not horrific. 1 to 10 is like a 5. But here's the good news. If I tell people that are 5, that means you can go up. If you're already a 10, you capped out your income. You never want to be a 10 because then you're done. Warren Buffett's a 10. I don't know what keeps him excited anymore. I made another $1 billion. He goes, I can't sleep unless I have $20 billion in cash. So last time I was at the annual conference, he has $100 billion in cash. He's like, I'm sleeping good right now. I'm like, yeah. Understatement of 2018. Sleep well, knowing financially, I think I'm okay. I've got $1,000 million in cash in my bank account. Yeah, so this needs more. All right, let me do a few more. I'm going to try to get a lot of people. Yes. You can't brand. Okay.
Shocking on.
Okay, I like the domain name, but I gotta give you bad news first, so take that back. Take that back. Is this on ClickFunnels or something, or what makes it? Okay, here's the thing. When people don't know you, you don't get a huge boost of having your face on it. This is for you. Now if you're trying to build a personal brand, that's one thing, but this isn't going to build a personal brand because it's just you. Either parachuting or you are caught on something that you walking by, possibly. I was hanging from something. Okay. The business brand roadmap. Get a free 6-page PDF of everything you need to create a product. Okay. There's so much here that I don't know what it is. Am I designing? Am I creating online courses? Confucius said 2,000 years ago, the man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. When you're starting out, catch 1 rabbit. A true story. This is one of the first times most of my businesses I don't have investors in, but the super rich guy, long time ago, it was like over a decade ago, he comes to me because he was newly single. And somebody had told him, oh, you need to meet Tai, because I used to have big parties in my place in Hollywood. I don't do them anymore, but I used to do huge ones. And actually, the LA district attorney shut it down. So that if I don't stop doing them, he's going to put not a cap in my ass, but he put a cap. 8 people could ever be in my house at one time. They can do this like ordinance on you. So I stopped. But back then, I had fun parties. This guy, he goes, he wants to invest in your business. He comes down, he lived in Portland. This guy was rich. I once went to his house, he had a 42,000 square foot house. That was his main house. And then he had a house for his cars, and he had a house for his gym. He had turned a house into a gym. He had like an Equinox in his backyard. And I sat down with him. He was like, I'll invest with you, just because I want to. Basically, I didn't realize, I thought it was because he had trust and thought I was going to be a great entrepreneur at one point. Basically, he just wanted to go and hang out with girls. So that had nothing to do with my business skill. So Betty goes, tell me what your plans are. And I just sat down there. And my talk with him was kind of like a website. I'm like, dude, we're going to do this. And then we're going to roll out. We're going to pivot over here and roll. This is money. All your money's going to come back time 10, 30. And as I was talking, I was so into your talks. Be so into your talk, you forget a person's there. I was looking at the guy. I was in his kitchen. I was like, wow. I don't know who I was talking to. And I turn over, and he's sitting in a chair going like this. And at first, I thought he was telling me to be quiet. But his hand was out further. He wasn't like this. He was like, and I go, what? In my brain, I didn't say that to him. What? He goes, one thing. One thing. I go, what do you mean? He goes, you see this whole house? You know what built this whole house? One thing. He goes, you just trying to tell me you're going to be good at 5 things. I'm 65, I'm good at one thing. I built the first retirement home in America in 1972, and that's all I build now. And I probably net $5 to $10 million a month. Just get good at one thing, Tai. He's like, you ain't impressing me with your big repertoire. You're going to be like the person, you're going to be like Confucius said, you're going to chase 73 rabbits and catch none. Your website is making people just go, you have an all-course directory. That's even scarier, because how many courses are you teaching? Okay. So fancy funnels. The biz idea. Okay, I bet you, does one of these do better than the rest? Does that make most of your money? She's done 250,000 sales. What do you think?
I think that's what I saw.
For the first one. Yeah. So you went 250, you went up to 350, then you went back to 250. So let me guess. You chased one rabbit, and you chased it a little better, and then you're like, 83 rabbits, and then you went down. Got lazy. That happens. You stopped launching. Well, let me just say this. If this is making you 250 to 350, the good news is you can make a heck of a lot more. You need something catchy. It's not catchy enough at all. And so you're just going to be confined to what I call hot traffic, retargeted traffic. There's a small group of people who know you and trust you, and you're just selling to them all the time. And that's not how you build real. That's not how you create income, guys. You create income when every single day, brand new people that have never heard of you come into the fold. All right, let's pick another person. So this one's doing too much. Yes. Okay. Need to write it out before we can spell it. That's an issue. Ranala Photo Films.
Close.
Ranaya? Are you Brazilian? Italian. Same thing. Actually, if you DNA test most Brazilians, their biggest thing is Italian. So, okay. Ranala, oh, sorry. I put farms.
I was wondering, I was like, oh.
Okay. Ranala Photo Films. Now, I'll just tell you, that's a weird thing for an American to see. Because photo films is not a good grammar in America.
Yeah.
It sounds like a caveman wrote your name.
Yeah.
Photo films. Ranala, me, Tarzan. You may want to Tarzan. Which, I'll tell you this, whenever you come to another country, get somebody from that country to double check your thing.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, this lady came to me from Australia, and she wanted to start a dating site. She's like, I got the best name. I go, what is it? She goes, it's a dating site for older people. It's a niche. It's called Ripe Dating.
Wow.
And I'm like, in America, right means you smell bad. So, is that what you mean? Is it older people who smell bad? But in Australia, right means, you know. So, Ranala Photo Films sounds weird in America. You gotta personalize it. International wedding based in Chico. Here's the thing. If you're really photo and video is like your expertise, is this the best photo you've ever taken? Because it doesn't look like that good of a photo. Got it. Half of making money is common sense, prudence. If you're a photo person, I give you an example. Here's a brand that does it right. So, is it Victoria's Secret or Secrets?
Secret.
See how smart they are at redirects. So if you misspell it, it comes. Okay. What would you expect from Victoria's Secret on their homepage? Let's see if they do it right. Bras. Girls. Right? Good pictures. Stuff like this. If you are a great photographer and video person, show me badass stuff. Shock and awe. Everybody remember Shock and Awe? Is this
Shock and Awe.
website Shock and Awe for a photographer?
No.
Okay. 12,000 people are seeing ads. They're not stopping for this.
I got a photographer's page to look at, see if it's got a shot on it.
Okay?
Michael,
Michael?
CABOTA.com.
MichaelCavada.com. This isn't porn, right? I'm not going to get in trouble here.
Don't like.
Definite shock and awe. Whoa! All right, I've just now added to my repertoire of public speaking one word I need to give a little disclaimer. Maybe shock and awe that doesn't make you immediately want to backclick. Because now I'm not saying this doesn't work, so if Michael Cavada's in here, please don't go crazy on me here, but women, if you saw this on a profile of anything, use a swipe right or a swipe left infinite. There's not enough swipes for this one. Yeah. What is it? 7thcore.com. All right. 7th Core. And you guys should be getting good at doing this. I've taught people who work for me that are my marketing experts that work with me how to analyze stuff. The more you analyze, if you guys analyze 10,000 websites, you'll be able to fix your own website. You need to have faces in websites. Eye tracking software show over, not the one on the one before. I gotta now add an asterisk twice.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll say, you need to show faces, unless you're Michael Cavada, then you will not show
Poor guy.
Dirt Fuel Off-Road, One Day in Baja, Performance Media. You know what I don't like about this? It's like, I don't even know what you do.
Right.
Boom.
Are you a Baja racer or a surfer? That's what I would think.
It's a small production company.
Oh.
So you make videos for people.
Yeah, I produce both of those documentaries, and I do a lot of live events.
So I would just put there, award-winning documentaries we created. Just make it, that's called, write this down, it's called the availability bias of the human brain. The way the human brain works is, it's pretty simple. I have a PhD that works for me in molecular neuro, so he's a brain guy. He said, Todd, here's how the brain works. You have the brain stem. This is a person. Michael Cavada.
Is that a turtle?
Too much shot.
So ridiculous.
Anything that happens to you in life, you're hungry, a car comes out in front of you and cuts you off. First thing that happens is a signal is sent up this area. This is called the brain stem.
Yeah.
You hear some people talking about the reptilian brain. You ever heard that? The fight and flight types. So this is all primitive stuff that happens around here. I might be a little off on this. I'm rusty on this, but I think you have your cerebellum, medulla. Over here you have your prefrontal
Cortex.
PFMC, I think it's called. Prefrontal medial cortex. Then you have your amygdala right here. That's where you store memories. All of you that have trauma in your life, that makes you, somebody was telling me that they're scared of German Shepherds because when they were a little kid, they reached out to a German Shepherd and bit them. That goes into the amygdala. The last part that it goes into is the prefrontal. This is the most advanced part of the brain. This is what makes humans powerful compared to, who here has a Labrador or a German, a dog? You just sitting there, right? In the moment, they don't have much prefrontal going on. They're not calculating like, yo, I ate a lot of food today. How much calories was that? Will I be able to pay my Geico insurance? Nothing like that. So this is the last, and this, what you're relying on in your website, and this one right here, 7th Core, is it up there? You're relying on people being able to do the logic and go, oh, he's not a surfer. He is somebody who produces videos for surfers, because right there, very small under the logo, it says performance media. You need to have easily available messaging. You know, I used a Lamborghini in my original video. Simple. I've tested it. Any guy, and it's actually an interesting experiment. There's a place in Hollywood called Sunset Plaza. It's a strip of restaurants, a lot of cars, a lot of people walk by. And one time I was sitting with some friends eating, and Los Angeles has a lot of beautiful people because it's Hollywood. Everybody who's pretty in every little town in the world goes, I can make it Hollywood. So they all depart, they all land here. They all end up waiters or waitresses, okay? There's not that much room for them in Hollywood, but they walk by, and guys will turn around for a beautiful woman, okay? But you know what they'll turn around for even more? A big-ass Aventador Lamborghini humming by. If a guy was talking to a girl like, hey, I really like to, take you out to dinner sometime. If a big Lamborghini, it's more easily available. It's even more easily available than beauty to a man's brain is power.
Wow.
Any man ever remember this Scarface saying? First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Men are more attracted to power than anything. That's why you have more psychopath men than women. Very few women are psychopaths. I've tested over 1 million people this year. I'm a personality testing company. Women, you rarely, basically never meet a psychopath woman. Out of the last 1,000 serial killers in history, I think 3 have been women. 997 have been men.
Wow.
Now, women will get you in other ways. But they won't go on a spree killing people they don't know. If they know you, they might kill you. But that's not a psychopath. That's an angry woman. That's different. Anyway, the whole point of what I'm saying here is that
Moving right on.
you got to understand psychology, and you have to understand that people aren't logical, and that they're not going to take the time on your website to figure out what you do. So I put a Lamborghini on there because all of a sudden it's shocking off. When I was a little kid, we used to be like, Lamborghinis, and Akon made a song, you know, in my Lamborghini, and Fetty Wap has a song, Ferrari Glock in my Rari. It's shock and awe. It was funny, one time, Fetty Wap actually came to my house, and I was like, you gotta come in the garage with me. You gotta do this. I didn't put a Glock in the Rari, but I did. Very nice guy. He only has one eye. It's kind of interesting. Oh, we have a question. Yes. Okay.
Oh, she's so bold. She's like, I know I'm young, so I can get away with it.
It was child.
Hunger sucks.
Oh, hunger sucks. Okay. Child. It's a good domain name. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to follow my rule of giving bad news to you. Child hunger sucks. My name is Ever. Is that your name?
Yes.
Ever. I sell lollipops to save lives. Child hunger is a complicated issue, but feeding a child isn't. So here's the one thing that I would recommend you change. You're a good speaker. You need a little video there. So I would say that's your biggest thing. You get a video.
I actually have a video when you press join the movement, and it
Then it pops. All right, I'm going to join your movement right now. All right, let's join it. Let's see. But I would put a video before and after.
Now, when you click on
There you go.
YouTube,
There we go. There we go. All right, we're going to be the next viewer for you. So you need to take this video and put this one on.
child hunger sucks. It's a big problem, affecting millions of little people. My name is Evan Madison, and I'm a future entrepreneur. So I created a solution.
So you need to put that right here, before, on this page before. And instead of joining the movement, I think you should, instead of getting their email, it's okay to get their email, which is a good segue for the next thing I want to talk about, because I just realized I just saw this whole timer.
Big surprise.
Real fast you need to get people engaged on your social media. Get them over your Instagram. Say, follow me on Instagram to get started. I post about the movement on Instagram. So
I actually have an Instagram. It's Child Hunger Sucks. And for every new follow, anybody in here will match a meal for a homeless child. Me and Gary V are on there, and Sophia Amorosa, and David John.
where's Cole?
Take a picture, John.
We'll have to take a picture.
The Tai Lopez on there.
That's awesome. I like it. So you need to get this up to 100,000 followers. That's your next goal.
Would you be willing to help me with that?
By the way, you need to be in sales. You need to have a separate website that you can funnel the profits that you'll make, massive profits, called How to Sell Anybody Anything. Anytime.com. All right, thank you. Give her a big hand. I'm glad I got one main point across today. Shop them all unless you have brand trust. It has to be something where you go, I gotta see this. I don't know who the person is, but I'm gonna take time out of my day to see it. Now, let's talk about social media for a second. Who wants to mention their Instagram account? What is it? FitCore. Okay. Try one little tip. Try to not have any underscores, dots, or things in your Instagram name, especially not underscores. Anybody here ever heard something like, "Oh, what's your Instagram? I'll add you," and then they say the name and you're like, "I'll do it later."
Yep.
Not gonna do it right now. Tai.L.O.0 small L1 double dot underscore.
Change it right now.
So I'm gonna do, yes, change it to just, I mean, a dot's not the worst, but what was it again?
Now it's FitCore over 40.
You already changed it.
Yes, baby. Oh, sorry. Actually, it's my baby. Sorry, not you.
Cool, you see how tactical that was? You changed it in 3 seconds. FitCore over 40.
Yes.
She's like, oh, wait, this is my baby.
Wait, you mean you have the chance to do FitCore over 40 and you chose to put a dot in it?
Well, I don't know. Sorry. That's why I'm here.
Keep it simple. Okay, let's look through here. Here's the simplest thing, and I'm gonna pull up a big Instagram just to show you guys something. This is an experiment you guys should all practice on your own. Let's just take Drake. Well, let's take Kim Kardashian.
You did that last year.
Do a different person?
LeBron James.
What?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
There you go.
I think his is not actually Instagram.com. I don't. Okay. LeBron gotta get his game up. He's got no followers.
He's got 40K followers.
When you're LeBron, you can get away with it. People will actually
King
search.
James.
King James. Okay, he's got 42 million followers. Watch this. Remember what did I say you need to have?
Shock and awe.
Ideally in
Oh, faces.
pictures.
Faces. Let's
Okay. Which of these 3? So let's just look. This has 617,000 likes. You don't even know who it is. They have helmets and their backs turned to you. Let's just find this one right here. A picture, pretty clear picture. 2.2 million likes. LeBron, you think of? Let me tell you why. If you want to write those down real quick, it's on brand. It's consistency. That's another cognitive bias. If you're selling poopery, do not roll out a food item.
Yeah.
About your brand.
Right.
Poopery. And by the way, we also sell, I won't say that, but don't sell food because people are like, no, I don't know that brand. I trust you for one thing. When LeBron sticks to basketball, he's got 2 million. When he gets off brand, and shoes, people know, but football's not on brand for him. So even LeBron, with all the power and 42 million followers, even he gets a third or a fourth of the followers when he goes off brand. You'll eventually get to the place, each of you needs to get to a place, this is a real skill, that you can look through pages and instantly know what will have the most likes and views. Because then you know what to post. This one here, what is this? This is a video game one. See here, this is just his wife and daughter. Okay? 1 million. Because that's not even LeBron. LeBron doesn't like to post a lot of himself. And I recommend not to do these carousel ones. You see these carousel ones where you swipe to the right?
Yeah.
Don't do those. They always underperform. I don't know why Instagram keeps those. Don't do the swipe to keep adding. Hey, Cole, how much do I need to get off? Right away? I mean, I don't care. I gotta catch a flight right after this. Cole, what's my real time? I don't want to take away from other good speakers. Was that my real time? Do I need to go back in time and erase everything I said? Okay, so let's go to Patricia's real quick. I won't say too much longer. How about 10 minutes? Is that too much? Real 10. Real 10. I'll go off when that says -13. Because I'm -3, so
I told you.
Hey, you said 15, I said 45.
Now, I don't know, I'm assuming it's obviously fitness. This has 151. This has 193. There's the difference between no face, face. And you know why I think this got 193? Is that your son? People love families. Man, post your family if you can. It's easily available to the, what part of the brain is family in? If you had to protect your family,
The
are
limbic
you doing
brain.
a lot of logic? You're
Limbic.
laying in bed, a crazy person comes in, you hear them in your kid's room where you're like, Excel spreadsheet, pros and cons. Okay, I could save my kid, I could die, but okay, I'm gonna go. No, it's just like primitive, boom, you're in there throwing somebody out the window. So that's, all these things are common sense things you gotta learn to apply to your social media. The two most important properties you will ever own in the modern world will be your website, even if you're in real estate. You know, guys that do a ton of real estate. I do real estate, but there's people who do more. Grant Cardone, a lot of real estate, but what's enabling him to do more real estate is his website and his social media, right? Website, he's raised whatever, millions of dollars in his new real estate fund. Get more family here. This one did well, 169, and also amateur stuff does better. But it's a fine line between amateur, like that Michael Cavuto thing, that's like, you don't want to watch it, but almost always, this picture, I think you put a filter on it, it got 112. Don't use filters either, really. Only time I use a filter is with the video is too dark and I swipe one way and it brightens it just for visibility. Don't use filters, okay? If you got pimples, put makeup on or something. Let's see your videos. 241 here. Yeah, what's another video? Yeah, there. That got 84. Which one looks more interesting to you guys? Right here, your head's chopped off. It versus this one, which is, this one is got triple the view rate. What you have to do with your social media, think of every view and every like as a vote. So it's very simple. Archive all the stuff that your audience votes down. There's nothing easy. Websites harder because the voting mechanism is behind the scenes in the analytics. But on social media, they shouldn't call it likes, they should call it votes. And your social media has to be somewhat of a democracy if you want to make money. If you just want to post what you want, I recommend make a private social media just for your friends and family where you post all stuff. If you want to make money, you're going to have to do better than this. This is not going to do well, by the way. Just posting grass-fed whey like that, see 42 likes. That's way under that one, that's 178. So the voting's right there, you don't even need me. It's like Dumbo's feather. People think that you need advice. This one you don't. Carousels always do worse. What did I say? It's like carousel, don't do carousel. These kind of ones where your head is chopped off, is your head chopped off? Okay. Did you just archive something? While I was she just blocked me right here. I'm criticizing my page. Let's do one more person. I got something in the back. Just nail it? Oh, just scale it. Okay. All right. I'm not opening up. Just nail it. Nope. It's just Dale it. D-A-L-E. Like my name. Okay, just Dale it. Just Dale it. Dale Carson. Okay, personal development that doesn't suck. So once again, let's see if the principles I gave you, the easy to understand things, get the most views. Do you have any videos here?
Maybe a little bit down.
Okay. For the most, let me show you my Instagram for a second. Okay? Just to tell you where my headspace is. Show me how many pictures you guys see here. If you want to build a brand with pictures, welcome to 1984. If you would like to be in 2018, welcome to the world. Though that world is a different world. And video will all. I once asked a scientist why. He said, "Tai, easy. Your eyes see video, and they have for the last 10,000 years of human civilization. We're programmed to like video, and that's why videos will be pictures. Do you guys look around and everything's stop frames?
Right.
Oh, no, you're watching a video right now being moved across the stage. The closer, and so once again, we're going back. You want to hit this part of people's brain right here. This is the money brain. This is the money. If you appeal here, you make a lot of money. Do you know why there's never been an intellectual president, basically, in American history? Like the real intellectual people, like Joe Lieberman. These people, they can't even make it past the primaries. And you know why? I read an interesting study. If you want to know who will win, it's always the candidate that's the most like Moses, that's going to lead you to the promised land. And what part of the brain is that? Right here. To follow somebody that you consider going to bring you somewhere. Even Donald Trump, love him or hate him, I'm not that political. A portion of America saw him as he's going to lead us out of this land into this new land. And he won. And Hillary Clinton never had that. But Hillary Clinton is smart. I've met and talked with Hillary Clinton. Anybody who knows Hillary Clinton, love her or hate her, no one ever said that's a dumb woman. She's not. Bill Clinton, her husband, was the Rhodes Scholar. He's like the smartest kid in America. And he said the smartest person he's ever met is his wife. And I don't think he was lying on that. But that doesn't win presidencies, and it doesn't make money for companies. It's got to, you know why Amazon's the biggest company in the world? Because it just appeals to, it's just like, I want stuff. Boom, delivered to your door. In LA now, it's like, you press the button and there's a doorbell. Amazon's getting real fast with these drones. So I mostly have videos here. And even on video here, which has got a little more, this one almost has 1 million views. I posted a week ago. This one has 2 faces talking. Is that a shock and awe campaign headline?
No.
Can you see anybody who doesn't know who I am ever go, yep, the education system scammed me? Yes, that's why that one works. Let me pick this one. So Dale, once again, this is pretty. I would make this my personal website, my personal one that I show my mom and my grandma and my girlfriend or whatever. But this one is not. It doesn't build trust in you.
It's not compelling.
It's not compelling, somebody here said. So get those videos. What do you have to say? What do you have to say?
Oops.
Does that make sense? Say something, even if it's the wrong saying. And just going back to yours, don't say anything generic. Do not say anything generic. Do not go, I'm going to help you be good and do good. We're just going to all do good together. There's no I and T. We're going to give it 110%. Woo! There's no money in that. Go out there and go, I'm a woman. I'm 40 years old. I think that's what you said. I used to be fat. Real fat. Let me show you this. And my best friend committed suicide because body shaping issues. And I'm going to show you something right now you haven't seen before. Just watch this. I'm going to show women how you can drop. I've seen people drop 6 pounds in 6 weeks with this while staying on their right back. Something like that. You know, all of a sudden people go, okay. That's not even shock and awe. You can get more shock and awe than that. You can do poopery. Okay, that's my rap time. I'm going to get tasered if I stay up here.
Woo! Give it up! Give it up for Tai!
Yo, and that's the mark of a real leader, though, you guys. You can't be scared to share and get better.